we have different challenges that the US perhaps isn't dealing with. But in terms of industry research collaboration, they've got this real respect at a business level for the research that's done in universities. I think in the US, from what I can see based on the research, a PhD is something that is, again, very respected in industry. You're seen as someone who is an expert and can contribute. Whereas if I could make some personal comments, from what I see here in Australia, I think a PhD can almost be a career limiting decision in that, many of those people are then seen to be too detailed, too focused on one particular area and perhaps don't have as much, other experience that might contribute to their employability, it's really challenging. Under the World Innovation Policy Organisation rankings on industry research collaboration, one of the metrics that they track is in that country's stock exchange, so the ASX for us, for example, in the top 100 companies on that stock exchange, how many of those companies have an executive level scientist, and let's say engineer as well, because obviously that's the same classification. So how many of them have an executive level PhD? In Germany, the last time this data came out, it was 100 out of 100. In Australia, it was 3. So we have a very different ranking here in Australia, a very different respect for research, for university experience. Maybe fundamentally that comes down to culture. Maybe it comes down to incentives. I think it's a really complex question that we haven't nailed.
If I'm a practitioner and I'm interested in some of the research that's going to come out of Smart Creators, you're beginning to sort of in your last year, and you said you're going to be publishing some more guidelines, research documentation. Where can I get access to that?
Right now on our website, so smartcreatecrc.com.au, we publish outcomes of all of our projects there. I'd encourage everyone to come along to our communities of practice. Once a month, we showcase 2 of our projects. So they come around pretty frequently. We always put them on at lunchtime to make them a bit easier to consume. But generally a great way to be able to hear directly from the research participant and the industry participant and ask questions. Again, we're really looking for ways to disseminate this knowledge. So if there are people listening who are thinking, gosh, I'd love to know more about this particular part of low carbon concrete, we'd love to talk to you. If you see an opportunity to create a specific handbook or guideline or, some kind of knowledge repository, we would really love to work with you over the next year before we close to find a really safe home for all of the outputs from our program.
Great.